This ain't good. We can't lose left. Oh, no. No, you bitch! That's diabolical. It is time for some more Demons of the Shadow Realm. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And Patreon is where you can catch the full live reactions, all some more. Let's jump into it, see what they got in store for us this week. She's like, oh, fuck. I'm gonna die. This is not good for me. Oh, fine. I suppose. I mean, to be fair, she is holding it together rather well, given the circumstance. You know, Thanksgiving dinner is going to be real awkward with two sisters of the same person. There's no point of even running. You're just going to make the death more painful. Let's be real. Oh, you see, you ran into literally the worst person. You should have just took demonic diddle fingers. Let's be real here. He did come for the people rather than him, but I think this is going to be the turning point of their relationship coming back together. It's not that I care about you or anything, Baka. Yuru. You can't hide your true feelings. Calm down. The fact that someone who just screams, I want my brother a bajillion times is seen as normal and not an imposter is kind of crazy. This is how you know they're siblings, because neither one of them have, like, good control of their emotions, especially when praise is being given. The most loving embrace she's had from him in 12 episodes? Yo, holy shit, that is a sharp sword, though. I think this is definitely bullshit, but at the same time, he does feel like the type of person who'd be honest about this type of shit. That's a pretty metal fucking statement. Which one of those arms is the one that did the damage? Wasting arrows and potentially pissing him off enough to come down. I feel like that's the play then. I wasn't even considering the wasting of arrows. Ooh. Who would have thought Sis would be the voice of reason in this? Can I keep this? That's crazy, bro. But that really felt like his last hurrah, his final trump card, and it just didn't play out right. Oh, so if you apply damage to yourself, it can also apply damage to the other sword, which is currently inside. I underestimated him. I'm legitimately salty. And it's rare for me to get baited by cliffhangers, because I am a firm believer cliffhangers make things better. And this still does make it better. But it's rare for me to be like, damn, I can't believe they ended it here, because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to come back next week anyway. It's fine. I'll watch other anime today. I'll be good. But this was one that just, it got me. Fuck you, Demons. This was such a good fucking episode, and the way he was baiting in Yuru because he knew he couldn't beat him based on the 3v1, it just was very much outmatched, and I don't even think he realized it was a 4v1 because bro with the sniper, you know, hadn't fired yet, so he really doesn't realize how out of touch he is. But at the end of the day, this is someone who really felt like his back was against the wall. And the way he still, no matter what happens, he has another trick up his sleeve. Now, I knew he wasn't really just going to come with us, but I wasn't expecting a slit into his own throat, which seemingly infects him, but then also infects Left because one of his blades is stuck in between her titties. And then it comes in for the slice, and then the episode cuts off. And unfortunately, the preview doesn't really give much away. I assume Left is going to be all right, but unfortunately I can't say that with complete confidence because, well, at the end of the day, shit's kind of fucked right now. What a hell of an episode, huh? The more you see of how they're exploring the characters, I think the fight scenes are incredible, but most importantly, it's the emotion, right? We're dealing with someone who decided to go and say, you know what? I'll trust things to left and right. I will go help someone who's calling for my help so I can rescue hostages. Turns out wasn't actually needed there because the sister did everything just fine. But it shows the type of person he is, right? It wasn't easy for him, but he trusted in left and right, and that innocence took priority over finding information over his family. And then in comes Buddy, who says, yeah, I killed them. Now, it's completely understandable why he was about to crash out, and I find it so interesting because everything that we've seen with Yuru as a character up to this point is that his father's teachings especially are kind of what drive him, a lot of his survivability and his skills. So of course, he's trying his breathing techniques when he's incredibly pissed off, you know, basically getting taunted. But what's so fascinating is it wasn't his father's teachings that saved him in that moment, it was actually his sister. It was believing in what his sister said about how they're probably still out there. I believe they're still alive. And I think that's so interesting because the dynamic between him and his biological sister, not fake Asa, there's a lot of distrust naturally. So to have him actually be able to think of her and be like, you know what, I believe in her, that's actually huge. If she had any knowledge that that's actually what caused him to calm down, I think she might suffer such a nosebleed out of pure ecstasy that she would die, to be honest. Because we see how she is in this episode, just even, he acknowledged me. Oh my god. It's fucking hilarious. Now, I like what they did here. I really did. I think the way they kind of rekindled... Now, it's not a rekindling of friendship, but it's a rekindling of a relationship. Now, it's hard to say where that relationship's going, whether if it will be actual friendship again, frenemies, acquaintances, but given the betrayal that Yuru had felt up to this point, it makes total sense why he was pushing away. But when they started bickering and squabbling, it just felt like they were back to being boys again, And I think that's very nice because at the end of the day, while it's true he did lie to him, and I think Yuru is completely justified for feeling betrayed and that everything in his life is just nonstop betrayal, I think at the end of the day, the friendship was still genuine. It's just there was, unfortunately, some information that was kept from him. I think they did a great job characterizing this entire scene and, having a bit of niceness and just funny comedy before shit absolutely hit the fan. A part of me was like, man, when we had him shot in the leg and he was trying to taunt Yuru, I was like, man, if we just shot him in the leg that we just shot the arrow with his sniper, we could blow his leg clean off. Now, granted, prior to this fight, we did confirm that, hell, even getting shot with that bullet, you may not survive, even if it's a non-lethal area. But it feels like at this point, the only way we can potentially get him to talk and capture him alive is if we blow one of his legs off. That's real. Like, he's got too many tricks up his sleeve. His swords are too deadly. And it's hard to imagine how we defeat him at this point because it's different if we were truly going in for the kill. Everyone was truly going in for the kill. I think we win this. Not without struggle, but we win it. But because we want information, because we're trying to capture him alive, it gives him a bit of an edge. And because we don't know how many tricks he has up his sleeves, we never know what the Pervman's got in store, right? Either way, another really great episode. Fuck that cliffhanger, though. That's actually a diabolical stopping point, but I am very excited to see what they do. Left is fucked up right now. Feels like some sort of corruption, which I can't tell. Do we just have to destroy that sword in order to stop it? Is it just a time-based thing that if we have enough time, she'll naturally heal? I don't know. But fucking amazing episode that pissed me off. Your thoughts, though. What did you think of that diabolical cliffhanger? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course, Patreon is where you're going to catch my full live reactions, so some more. And hey, if you're already over on my Patreon, I'll also give you video shoutouts because my patrons are what help fund this YouTube channel. Alrighty, so today we got Blue Wizard, Annoying Waffle, Jamabu, Anne, Beemon Keefe, Tade Goldweight, One Piece Man, Nicholas Wilhelm, Francis Mandra, Miguel Frances, and we also have Arnab Bala. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Have a good one.